Purple Positivity with Justin Ekstrom, brought to you by 7th Avenue Pizza. Grab one at your local grocery store or your local holiday station. 7th Avenue Pizza, before pizza became trendy.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new episode of Purple Positivity. I'm your host, Justin Ekstrom, at the Sports Crib 21 or at KNSI Sports on the X-verse. I'm coming to you in color. Look at this, like this video thing. This is something. I know I'm probably going to be staring at the wrong spot. I'm not perfect like all those other pundits that do this stuff for a living. But special thanks to 7th Avenue Pizza. As usual, that pizza is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Really good. The breakfast pizza at 7 a.m., that's good stuff. The special, really good. And special thanks to Beer Belly Sports taking a chance on this chubby fucker to come to you live, or I don't know why I said live, because it's not really live, coming to you in like color. And if the one joke I'm going to say about this is if the camera adds 10 pounds, how many cameras did I eat? Because holy shit, big. Anyway, what else is big is Josh freaking Dobbs, ladies and gentlemen. Purple Positivity, brought to you by the positive purpleness of the Vikings and Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut. God, I love that guy. I covered him a little bit, that the draft that he came out for a very little known site called Cover 32 and cover32.com. I think they went belly up immediately after that draft. But either way, that got me to starting this stuff. Sorry. Hey, you guys can, maybe Cover 32 can apologize to everyone that I'm actually in this sports world just because they gave me a shot. But when the Steelers drafted him, I thought he had a lot of potential. Did I think on his 5th team in 5 years he was going to show that potential? He's got 3 straight games, ladies and gentlemen, with a running touchdown and a passing touchdown. Of course, his last game with the Cardinals, we got to see now in the X-verse that he expected to be a Cardinal because the Cardinal organization told him he was going to continue being a Cardinal. He was going to be their starter. Then, like 12 seconds later, they say, nope, you're not playing. 12 seconds later after that, oh yeah, you're going to the Vikings. And I don't know if his ink on his deal is even dry yet, but that is the most well-deserving little bit of a contract ever. I've never seen something like that work out. It's always working against the Vikings. Kyle Orton, anybody? Just like comes out of nowhere and beats the living hell out of the Vikes. And do I think this team is better than last year's Vikings? I actually do. I actually think this is a team unit. It's not, they don't have Justin Jefferson. They don't have Kirk Cousins. They're losing Hicks. They're losing all of these guys. Their offensive line goes down. Schloman, for crying out loud. You can just basically write your own contract right now because you could play anywhere on the line. And hopefully he never has to play like right or left tackle anymore. But though he can play anywhere on the interior. And it is phenomenal. And Dalton Reiser, he's starting to be worth that $2 million. I'm glad they finally got him in there. You got to remember, we never got to see him and Kirk Cousins all that much. Then, now we got Josh freaking Dobbs, man. I can't believe what's happening. Did I think they were going to beat the New Orleans Saints? No. I actually thought last week I said I thought the Vikes were going to lose by 3 to 6 points, something like that. And now it's tough because we got 2 weeks of Josh freaking Dobbs. And it's basically, this is pun intended, to the moon, baby. Like, this is absolutely to the moon because he is unreal. We got these high expectations now. As Minnesota sports fans, that's the most dangerous thing known is high expectations. And now I have expectations of him to just continue. I have expectations of my dog continue to make that noise. I don't understand why she makes that noise. It's bah, bah. She's like this little pug, like, I don't know, a really tiny version of a loaf of bread, I guess. But, if a loaf of bread would just puke while I'm trying to do a video here, I apologize that I'm on video. Anyway, Josh Dobbs, awesome. The defense, Brian Flores, God, I think we need 1 more, maybe 2 more years of him, because do I think this is Super Bowl or bust this year? No, I don't, but you gotta keep him. Could you imagine in 2 years when the Vikings have all this extra cap space, finally have like extra cap space where Brian Flores could use, $60 to $80 million for the guys that he knows and loves and trusts. Throw those guys in there. And right now, relative nobodies. Of course, you got Daniil Hunter. Of course, you got Harrison Smith, aged Harrison Smith. But seriously, this defense is clicking, and it's basically the strength. Because that second half, it's like the Vikings didn't even deserve to be in the game. Anyway, they were in the game. They won the game. Won it by one score. Weird, they were in a one-score game. I don't understand what's that all about. All of a sudden, we're the Chargers of the NFC. It's just the way it is the last couple years. So if you expect this game right now to be all roses against the Denver Broncos, nope. Last time the Vikings beat the Denver Broncos, 1999 in Denver. You got to remember, that was a Jeff George-led Vikings team. Goes there. It wasn't pretty. It was one of the ugliest. The last two games in Denver have been two of the ugliest games I've ever seen. And the Vikings should have won those games. Even in 99, they probably should have lost that game. And it was against a Denver squad that was, for the first year, without John Elway. But still, it's like, come on, man. It's just, in Denver's gross. There's a reason why Denver's 2 to 4 point favorites right now, wherever you're looking. I think the big key, how can we get the run game going? Gotta get some sort of establishment. You gotta establish the run game. I don't know if Madison's going to be out. I think Ty Chandler, he's like a 2 of a 1-2 punch. He can't be 1 and 1A. You got to have somebody else that comes in and then he spells them. I thought Chandler was going to be a good spot for a KOC in this offense. He reminded me of Cam Akers a little bit. Maybe not with the hammer ability, but he's got that home run ability. And I think Ty Chandler, he's got to get a little more of a chance, and I hope our offensive line can get a little more of a run game, because this game is going to be gross. It's going to be gross because it always is gross for the Vikings in Denver. I think Denver's got a really stout defense. You got to take that Miami game out. Like, their defense let Miami drop a 55 burger or whatever it was, 8,000 points, whatever. That's not indicative of what their defense is. It's kind of a scary defense. And do I think the Vikings can go there and roll? No. Do I think the Vikings can win? Yes. Do I think the Vikings are going to win? No. I'm actually picking, this is like a down-to-earth type moment. These are euphemisms and sayings that I would always say before we had an astronaut at the quarterback helm, but this is one of those where it's like it's a gut check game, because any way you win, you got to be happy with this, because this is probably one of their toughest games in the next couple weeks. You got to be able to do this. You got to be able to get this win. I think they can do it. I'm just predicting them to lose. I think it's going to be like 23-17, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be really, really close until maybe the end, or maybe, I don't know. I really want to predict the Vikings to win this game, but I'm not predicting them to win. I am doing pretty good on my predictions this year so far. I've been predicting kind of how games are going. This one's going to be a little bit of a slap fest. Like, you ever remember those pillow fights where one of the buddies would put a rock in the pillow instead and just smack you over the head? Whoever has the biggest rock in this pillow fight is going to win. And right now, hopefully that rock is Daniil Hunter. Daniil Hunter, 12 sacks, whatever he's got right now. I predicted him to have 17 on the season if he came back on a 1-year contract with his Brian Flores defense. And it almost looks like you can ink that deal. He is printing his own money right now. So that's it. I think it's going to be, that's my final prediction is going to be 23-17. Vikes are going to lose. Hope I'm wrong. I hate predicting that they're going to lose, because I just hate it, because this is purple positivity. Hopefully we talk about how wrong I was, and that could be the purple positivity. Special thanks to 7th Avenue Pizza. As my buddy Vince Wright says, get you some or get some. Very, very good pizza. Small little shout out to Cultivated CBD too. Their new drinks and whatnot, good stuff. I don't think they sponsor me or anything like that, but they're good people. Both companies are good people. You know who else is good people? Beer Belly Sports. And until next week, skol, bitches.